you are doing an angiogram, they see a block and then frighten you and say, look, you have a block in this vessel. So I can't even let you go home. You must have an operation right now, or you must have a stunt. Supposing, let us say, blood pressure is bad. Let us say blood pressure is bad. I am not saying blood pressure is bad. If you control the blood pressure with drugs, the badness, the whatever bad thing you think, will not go away. That will remain. The blood pressure, of course, might be, the record may be good. Diabetes is bad. Your readings may be, every day you go to the doctor and take a reading, because you are almost obsessed about it. It may be true, but if diabetes does something else, which is as a consequence of diabetes, that consequence will remain. So the MRFIT study showed, I quote again, there are no risk factors, full stop. The so-called risk factors can be controlled very easily with drugs or intervention, but the risk is not ever removed completely. Now, second thing is, see, nature evolves, and we were like the snake. Let us say we evolved from the snake. From the monkeys, then we came up. In the snake, there is no coronary circulation at all, so the snake doesn't get a heart attack. Why did nature give us a coronary circulation to give heart attack? Probably we needed it. So now we have a special circulation for the heart itself called coronary circulation. There are vessels. Now this is a big business for us. Now we can always, when you go somewhere and say chest, or you go for a complete checkup, they first make you run on a treadmill. That's called GTT. Not GTT. That's called TMT. They make you run on that. And then see the ECG. When you're running, the ECG usually is either up or down. So it doesn't really mean much. But they say it's borderline positive. Then they'll say we'll do an angiogram. Absolutely no idea, because angiogram is not a diagnostic test of anything. Because even school-going children, if you do an angiogram, they will have blocks. But once you are doing an angiogram, they see a block and then frighten you and say, look, you have a block in this vessel. So I can't even let you go home. You must have an operation right now, or you must have a stunt. I call it a stunt, not stent. Right now. Then you say, why doctor, I have to go home and come. No, I can't assure you. You may go home, but I can't assure you that you will come back alive. But I'll tell you one very simple method to get out of that. You simply tell them, doctor, I'm sorry, I don't have the money. I'll get some money and then come back. They won't touch you. Then they'll say, don't worry, you can get some medicines, it's all right. But otherwise they'll say, okay, he's from EMA, then 10 lakhs is nothing, so I must bakrafy him and get him and then do an angiogram and do it. Because how many people in India can afford 10 lakhs? And they frighten the wives first. They say, look, your husband's condition is very, very bad. Then she'll say, okay, I'll sell my Mangal Sutra and also get an angiogram done. So angiograms are done left, right and center for people. A lot of people send me an angiogram and say, now tell me what's to be done. So I tell them, I don't know what to do for the angiogram, but I know what to do for your father or mother, but I must examine them first. You see, today clinical medicine has died. You go to the doctor, nobody examines you. They just write tests, a battery of tests, and then write about 100 medicines. It's like a laundry list. The other day, one very senior orthopedic surgeon in Madras, very famous name, he phoned me up and said, I want you to examine me. I said, okay, come. Then he came with the file, which is about this thick, from National Hospital in Singapore. He said, see, they have done all that and they have given these medicines, but I am not feeling better. I said, I must examine you. He said, what do you mean? They have examined me. See this whole file there? I said, I don't know. I am not treating that file. I am treating you, Mr. So-and-so or Dr. So-and-so. He said, are you serious? Yes, sir. I said, I am absolutely serious. Strip down, take off your shirt, lie down, and I'll examine you. I examined him for about half an hour, didn't ask for any test, and I told him, you don't require any one of these medicines. Throw them into the waste paper basket, and I'll give you one medicine, you'll be all right. And he is much better, and he's absolutely fine now. Now, he went and told his wife, who is also a doctor, that man examined me like a third-year medical student. She said, yes, that's the right thing. We were all taught like that. Have you forgotten that? Our teachers used to do that. That's called clinical medicine. That has died. At the end of the clinical medicine, you must have a diagnosis. And to refute that or to confirm that, you do one or maximum 2 tests. That's all what is needed. So, once in a year or once in 2 years, I just get my blood sugar done. And in case, I don't know, I'm not a diabetic, but in case I should be a diabetic, I just get a blood sugar done. And I also get a creatinine done to see if my kidney is okay, is up and running. So these kind of things, 1 or 2 tests, but today if you go, my God, fat profile, I believe, 100 things, LDL, HDL, ABCDL, it's caste system, like, this Krithas, Vaishyas, that kind of a thing.